Nanakarobi Yaoki. This is a Japanese proverb that means fall down 7 times, stand up 8. This is my journey. December 2000, I was on top of the world. At age 36, I was leading a multi-million-dollar thriving software company that I had built from the ground up. I loved my work, I loved my staff, and I felt invincible. My life had been shaped by challenges, but each time I faced a roadblock, I found a way forward. I am who I am in spite of those roadblocks and because of those roadblocks. I was born to a Holocaust survivor. It's difficult to put into words the complexity of how that formed my identity. I decided to take that painful legacy and turn it into a lifelong commitment to helping needy Holocaust survivors living in the US. Like many of us, I faced many challenges and much adversity growing up. When I was in college, I lost a good friend to suicide. Those painful experiences continued to shape me. Then, when I was 27, I was laid off from my dream job in telecommunications. I felt disillusioned, embittered, and insecure. I took that as an opportunity to pivot into healthcare consulting. It was an industry that I'd always wanted to be in, where I felt that I could do my best work. But consulting hours and days were incredibly long, and the travel demands associated with consulting eventually led to burnout. To gain control of my time and my life, I started my own healthcare software company. Every disappointment became an opportunity, every setback a launch pad. And that software company thrived. Like I said, at age 36, I was on top of the world. Then came September 11th, 2001. After that horrific day, the markets reeled, and my industry, Medicare managed care, took a big hit. Insurance companies were pulling out of the market, we lost contracts, and my business partner panicked. He and I started to fight over the company future. He wanted to go in a whole new direction, whereas I wanted to stay calm, navigate the turbulence, and continue to do what we did best, Medicare managed care. Our differences escalated into an unbelievably brutal business divorce, bitter business divorce. You know, having a business partner is a different type of marriage. He was the visionary, and he opened doors, and I executed efficiently, and I closed the deals. For a time, we were very, very good partners, but now the fracture was real and permanent. And just at the time that it was becoming apparent that we'd be splitting, my mother suffered a catastrophic stroke. Overnight, my vibrant and amazing mother, Gia Machlin, Holocaust survivor and author of 3 famous Italian Jewish cookbooks, turned into someone who couldn't walk, sit up, or dress herself. Life changes in seconds and inches. The bitter battle with my partner dragged on for months. He had more money, resources, and energy than I did, and he used them to drag me down. I fought for over 2 years, but with 2 small children at home, I finally had to make a choice: keep fighting or reclaim my life. I walked away with far less than I deserved. 2 years later, he sold the company for an obscene amount of money. He profited, ironically, by following the path that I had advocated all along with the Medicare policies that I believed in. The betrayal stung. I had suffered, I had sacrificed so much. I had missed precious time at home with my young son, only to watch someone else reap the rewards. But I walked away with my sanity. And I had been here before, another inflection point. You know, sometimes in life, a setback is a setup for a comeback. So I picked myself up and I turned towards something that had become extremely important to me: sustainability, the environment, our Mother Earth. My children were young and I couldn't not think about their future. I care, as we all do, about sustainability. So I started EcoPlum, a sustainable fashion company. I started slow and steady in those early years because my time was being split between being a mother, taking care of my mother, and being a businesswoman. In 2015, I seized an opportunity to pivot into sustainable promotional products. We trademarked sustainable swag and started working with businesses and corporations. This was going to be my redemption. By 2020, the company was thriving. But 2020, along came COVID, events were canceled, orders disappeared, uncertainty loomed, another inflection point. I like to think that my ability to recover is because I come from a long line of tough souls. So in early COVID, we pivoted again to reusable branded face masks to keep the company afloat. But during that time, I suffered losses that cut far deeper than financial setbacks. I lost my mother 17 years after her stroke, and my father slowly to long COVID. Anybody who's cared for a loved one who is ill understands the helplessness, the sleepless nights in the emergency rooms, the long waits, the desperate search for a nurse in the middle of the night. And on top of all that, at the same time, my daughter had to delay starting college because of her own medical struggles. My husband and I were consumed with worry over our daughter. That was a really, really trying time, another huge inflection point. In 2022, when the world started to emerge from the pandemic, I refocused on sustainable swag, determined to rebuild. Something remarkable happened. After nearly 2 decades of taking care of my parents and raising my kids, I found myself with time, real, uninterrupted time, to pour into my business. I focused and I had fun. Revenue has quadrupled, and EcoPlum is helping organizations make sustainable choices and reduce plastic waste. I love my job, I love my team, and I love the impact we're making. At 60, I can say with confidence that I am on top of the world. I am the chair of the board of the organization that helps needy Holocaust survivors. I'm the co-chair of the New York City Young Enterprising Women Mentoring Program. And I embrace every single challenge that comes my way. Life has taught me that the road is never straight, and the only certainty is change. Yet at every inflection point, I have found a way to rise. Recently, I lost my brother and my sister-in-law, and yet I move forward with resilience, purpose, and loving memories. I believe we all should embrace the Japanese proverb, Nana Karobi Yaoki, because adversity is a certainty. Success is determined by how we face that adversity. We get back up. We fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Thank you.